Yeah, hey Mark, this is Curtis. I set up a Codio environment on um, for you, and I guess I just wanted to show you around a little bit and show you how to use it. I'll go ahead and start here. When you first come to the or open the Codio, you should come up to a little dialog here. Go ahead and refresh this. You might get that too as well. Just kind of ignore it. Here's a start the guide. Kind of shows you how to use this. If you go to the first section, um, it tells you basically to go to Tools, Terminal. And you can play this guide anytime you want. You can go to Guide here, Tools, Guide, and Play if you want more instruction on how to do this. Basically what you do is you just type in Eclipse, and then hit Enter. And then you go up here and click on Viewer. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting Eclipse, and this is a Linux based. So, and hit OK. If you look at that first dialog, it had Home, Codio, and Workspace. That's the directory that you're going to be using. For your assignments, you could actually show the directory, for example, to a shader or a vertex or something like that. And I'll kind of go over that too. I gave you some examples on the side here that you can kind of play around with. One was like a 3D triangle, a square. I have some shader examples. I have some glue and glut examples, light fragmentation. There's also a rotating square. I'm sorry, we have a snowstorm, so we're constantly losing connection today. So anyhow, yeah, feel free to use these examples for your assignments. I'm not sure what your assignments are. I have an example, where I'm using GML with a triangle with shaders. Okay, I guess I'm back connected again, sort of. So anyhow, if you click Viewer, after you click or type in Eclipse in the terminal, Eclipse will show up. The first one I have here, I'll go ahead and maximize this. Basically, how I have it set up is you can just copy and paste these examples. Just copy and paste this whole bit of code here, and then in the Hello World, you can actually copy the different types of code or code that I've written. The Hello World example is located in the Hello World folder, and the source code for this is right here, Hello World CPP. So if you open this, kind of the best approach to using this is to change the code on the left hand side here, when you're developing the code, and develop it in here, and then you can do like a file save all, and then you can go back into your environment and it'll save basically the folders that you have over here to your project over here. So for example, right now I have Hello World open. If I change something in here, like for example I get rid of this using namespace standard, I can do a file save all, and then once I go back into my my Eclipse here, if I double click on the Hello World, it'll tell me that the file has changed. you just click yes. Must have lost my picture again. So anyhow, I found out that's the easiest way to do it is to change the code over here, and then just since this way of using Eclipse is kind of clunky, it's just easier to use this way. Okay, I'll just start over again, I guess. So just type in Eclipse, open another viewer. If the viewer or Eclipse like freezes for some reason, just start over. And basically your work's saved, so you don't have to worry too much about it. And of course, you know how to use Eclipse. Just click build when you want to build a project, and run to run it. Okay, and that's probably because I'm not using namespace entered. For the really quick, easy fixes, you can come over here and just fix it. But if you're gonna do like any major changes, I would recommend using the left panel. So if we just rebuild this and run it again, yes, has changed, and there you go. This example is just I was using lighting, and plus I can use my mouse to move an object around. So pretty simple. And for example, I have examples over here. I have a triangle with shaders. Let's say I want to use this code. I can just copy and paste this into the Hello World CPP. And then go over here and File, Save All files. And then if I go back to the Xserver window here, where Eclipse is, if I just use the drop down, sorry, my connection's really slow right now. It's kind of annoying. Okay, I guess it's kind of froze up on me again. So you can just close this terminal, start another terminal, type in Eclipse, open up the viewer, hit OK. Okay. Now if I click the drop down here and go to source, there's my Hello World CPP. If I double click it and just keep trying, it takes a couple times. Make sure you have a good connection. Yeah, so that's I guess that's pretty much it. And we have it to where you can use GML and glue, and I have an example over here too where you can use, or where I use let's see, where is it? Oh, I use soil. And in fact, this example, I use soil and I use GML and glue and glut and all that. And the other thing I kind of wanted to show you is, for example, here I'm loading an image with soil. So use this directory here, home, Codio, workspace, hello world, source, and you can put these files in over here. If you want to load a file to source, for example, from your computer, you just right click here and upload, and then you can just drag any folder or file you want from your computer. I think I use this with shaders too. If we go over here, triangle with shaders, using the directory, I load in a couple of shaders here from the source folder. Feel free to create folders and files. You can go over here, right click, create a new file folder. I didn't really spend much time cleaning this up. But yeah, if you want to download a file too, like if you're happy with your Hello World or whatever file you create, you can just like right click and download, and that'll download it to your computer. And then you can turn that into your professor. And that's pretty much it. Good luck and have fun.